Hello, this is Father Michael Nasser, not coming to you from St. Nicholas in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's because I am here in Memphis, Tennessee, working with the Archdiocese Task Force on Youth. We're having some very productive meetings. But today I'm not going to reflect about that. I'm going to reflect on the fact that it is really hot. I'm standing outside here, having come outside from our air-conditioned meeting room. The temperature outside here is 95 degrees. And the real field temperature is 103. That's because it's pretty humid. Hot, sticky, humid here in Memphis, Tennessee. Why am I going to talk about that? Because, well, it's uncomfortable. And so often, what do we do in our lives these days is we flee our discomfort. So I'm very tempted to run back into the house right now where it's air conditioned and 71 degrees with very low humidity. But it's a very important topic because discomfort is something that all of us really need to get a little more comfortable with. We flee our discomfort, we flee to comfort. The only problem is so much of what we need is not found in our comfort. It's found by enduring and sticking with our discomfort and learning that, you know what, it's okay. It's okay for us to be uncomfortable. I don't feel okay sitting out here, standing out here, walking down the street in Memphis, Tennessee with like 95 degrees, feels like 103. It doesn't feel okay. But the reality is it is. And the reality is that too often in my life and perhaps in all of our lives, we think that unless we're comfortable, it's not okay. And the most important things we're going to learn is that we are comfortable because God provides for us even in our discomfort. We think that we're going to find our comfort in making ourselves comfortable, only to find that as much as we keep searching for it, we don't keep finding it. We get comfortable, yeah, you can go to an air-conditioned room, and yet so many of us are unhappy, dissatisfied, depressed, anxious. Why? Because we keep fleeing our discomfort. Some of what we're suffering with is not facing that discomfort and saying, God, how are you going to help me through this? How are you going to help me through the difficulty of my anxiety or my depression or my fear or the fact that I'm lonely? All very real things that have to be dealt with. And yet, when we flee discomfort and we flee to comfort, we hide from all those things and we don't deal with them. We just avoid them and bury them and binge watch on Netflix or do whatever, anything other than to face up to them with God, with the people around us that God gives us to support us, and find our way not just to comfort, but to peace and to healing and to the kind of life that God wants us to live, which is a hopeful life. It's a loving and a loved life. That's what Christ came to bring us. He came to bring us salvation and bring us his love. So, as I stand here beginning to sweat, I've only been outside for like 4 minutes and I'm sweating like you can't imagine. Wherever you are and whatever discomfort you're facing in life, perhaps we should be a little more hesitant just to flee our discomfort and to say no matter what we're facing, can God help us face it and realize that with him we can get through it. The archway over the Antiochian village reads from St. Paul, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's how we're going to do our life. That's how we're going to live our life. Sorry, truck going by. That's how we're going to live our life and find that God helps us face whatever it is that we happen to face. So, don't flee your discomfort too quickly. We need to find our comfort in God even amidst our discomfort and realize that with him, all things are possible and that all things can be okay. I hope you found this helpful. I hope that you can share it with friends that would also find it helpful, and we'll see you in next week's video. God bless.